Good morning and welcome to Strength and Balance. My name is Hannah and I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services. Thank you so much for being here. You will need some equipment for this class. We'll need some weights. I use a 3-pound set of dumbbells. You could use bigger, you could use smaller. Whatever feels great today. You'll also need the space to move around without obstruction, and you will need some kind of support furniture, like a chair or the wall, something to help when we're working on our balance. And having some water is always a great idea. Now, if you've come along to these online classes before, you'll be familiar with the layout and the structure. I am going to change things a little bit today. So for the strength part of the class, we're going to have 8 exercises. Now, usually we do those all twice in kind of groups of 3. Yeah, we'll do them. We have a group of 3, we do once, and then we go twice, and then we have a group of 2 at the end. This time we're going to have those 8 exercises again. I have a timer set up that's kind of off camera. You can't see it, but I can. And we're going to work for a certain amount of time. So we're going to do each exercise 3 times for 30 seconds, and there'll be a 10-second break in between those sets. And then in between each exercise, we'll have a longer break of about 45 seconds, I think, where we can have a drink, talk about the next exercise. Yeah, I think it's a fun way to do it. It's going to end up being, we'll probably work a little bit longer than we have been previously, so a little bit more strength work. This class will be about 40 minutes, and then we'll do some balance afterwards. Yeah, we're going to take it easy today because it's the first class back and we're testing this new format, so I want to see if it works for a Zoom class. Anyway, so let me know what you think afterwards. If you enjoy it, if you don't, then please let me know. All right, so I think the first thing to do is we will stand up, we will warm up, and then we'll get right into that strength stuff. So, up the top. We're going to stand up nice and tall, and we're going to start by marching on the spot. Let's take a nice deep breath. Big inhale, reach his hands up, and exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale, reach up, exhale, lower, and again, inhale, reach his hands up, exhale, lower down. Good. Let's pull those shoulders up towards our ears and relax them down. Lift those shoulders up and down. Good. Pull shoulders up and down. Let's lift those shoulders and relax. And again, pull those shoulders up and lower down. Good. Let's what? Let's lift one and then the other, and roll those shoulders. Good, and back in the other direction, so roll those shoulders forwards. Good, and then let's make those arms bigger. So we're rolling those shoulders and also circling those arms. Nice big circles. And relax those arms. Good. We're going to lift one knee, and we're going to extend our leg and reach that foot forwards and back. Forwards and back. You might want a hand on the chair here because we're working balance a little bit as we warm up. Reach that foot out and back in, out. Bend that knee. Good, let's switch to the other side. Lift your knee, stretch that leg out. Good, and bend, good. Great, march on the spot again. And let's stand with those feet hip width apart and we'll circle our hips. Back in the other direction. Excellent. We're going to lift our left foot and I want you to point and flex that toe. Point and flex. So point that toe, lift that toe to the ceiling. Good. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. And again. Good. And circle your ankles. And in the other direction. Excellent. And switch to the other side. Lift your foot. Let's point that toe and lift that toe. Point and lift. Point, lift, point, lift, point, lift, point, and lift. And let's circle those ankles. And in the other direction. Good, and relax. March on the spot again. And let's pick those feet up high behind us. So starting to use those hamstring muscles, those muscles in the back of our legs, lifting up one foot and then the other, lifting those feet nice and high. Bring that foot up towards your bum. Good, let's take a nice deep breath again. Big inhale, reach those hands up. And exhale, lower down. Great. All right, let's start this, start my timer here. So as promised, we'll work for 30 seconds, we'll rest for 10, we'll do that 3 times. And we'll have a longer break, about 45 seconds in between exercises. So we're going to keep it fairly simple today, pretty easy, things we've done before. We don't need to be learning new exercises while I figure out the new routine. So we're going to start with a squat. It's going to be body weight, so we're not holding any of our weights. Our feet are hip width apart to start with. I just have to press go on my timer here. So standing up nice and tall, feet hip width apart, our knees are soft, shoulders are relaxed. Here we go, 30 seconds. We're going to inhale as we slowly squat down, exhale as we stand up. So I wanted to keep this easy because this might work out being a little bit more strength than we've usually done in this class before. So we're going to challenge ourselves this new year by working a little bit harder. Good. We have 5 more seconds. And the nice thing about the time is that you can work at your own pace. So that's 10 seconds here. Let's rest. We can give those legs a shake. Here we go. 30 seconds again. We'll inhale as you sink into that squat. Exhale as you push yourself up to stand. Think about keeping the weight in your heels and keeping that chest nice and tall. So again, because we're working for time, you don't have to be rushing to complete the certain number of reps at the same time as me. You can work at your own pace. 5 seconds, 2 and 1. Good. And take a break here. 10 seconds left. Good. So we'll do one more set of those. 30 seconds of those squats again. Here we go. Nice deep breath in and out as you stand. Oh, someone's trying to get into the room. Let's keep going. Good. 5 seconds left. Great. And then we have a longer break. We take 45 seconds here. So you can have a drink. And the volume button on my timer does not work, so I can't turn it up so that you can, oh, maybe I can. So that you can hear it too. All right, next exercise is bicep curls. So we're going to hold our weights, one in each hand. Let's make sure we're standing, again, feet hip width apart, always with those soft knees. We'll lift up one hand and then the other. So about 5 seconds left until we start here. Good, here we go. One hand and then the other. 30 seconds of these bicep curls. Let's make sure we're standing tall, thinking about engaging those core muscles, just pulling that belly button in towards your spine. We want to be nice and slow on the way down, definitely not rushing as you lower that hand. Good, and that's 10 seconds here. We'll take a break and then we'll begin again. Good, here we go, 30 seconds. Great, breathing out as you pick that hand up. We're breathing in as we slowly lower down. So really taking your time on the lowering part of the exercise. Good, couple seconds. It's 10 seconds rest and we have one more round of these bicep curls. And we're going to do a couple of, we're going to add both arms at the same time here. So let's start one hand at a time. Here we go, 30 seconds. One hand at a time again. And now let's try both hands at the same time. Good, two more. And let's go back to one hand at a time. We have 5 seconds left. Good, and we can relax, pop those weights down. Good, have a little drink here if you want to. We're going to do a rotation now, a standing rotation. So feet hip width apart, knees soft. I'm going to rotate that upper body from one side to the other, nice and slowly. So we're thinking about keeping our hips facing forwards, leading the way with your shoulders. We are resting for about another 8 seconds here before we start. Get ready here, and here we go with that rotation, one way and then the other. Nice and slowly. Good, keeping that chest tall. Leading the way with your shoulders. Then hips facing forwards. 4 seconds. Good, back to center. Here we go, we're ready for a second 30 seconds here. Let's go again. Nice and slow with that rotation. We can think about our breathing. So breathing out as you move away, breathing in as you come back to center. Good, nice and slowly. Great, back to center again. Excellent. We'll repeat that one more time. This time I want you to have your arms out at your sides and do that rotation with those extended arms. So one way, oops, and then the other. Hopefully you have more space than me and you're not too close to a wall. I'll just move. So nice and slowly. All my hips are facing forwards. Good. 45 seconds. Great. I'm just looking at the time and thinking perhaps our warm up shouldn't have been as long as it was, but that's okay because this was just class number one. And the first time with a new format is always a little bit of an experiment. All right, we are going to do a hip hinge. So again, we won't use any weights. We're getting used to this increased workload, increased amount of time that we're working. We want our feet hip width apart, knees soft, and we're going to hinge at the hip. So you see my knees bend, but mostly I push my hips back behind me. My chest comes towards the floor. You can pretend to be holding your weights here, but let's keep our hands empty. So here we go. Inhale as we lower down. Exhale as we slowly stand back up. Good. We don't want to be too fast. Remember that you don't have to match my my speed of movement here. You can work at your own pace. We're all working for the same amount of time. 5 seconds left. Good. And we have 10 seconds to rest, and we'll do this twice more. So let's check in, make sure our posture is good. Feet hip width apart, knees soft, standing tall, and let's hinge. Keeping those shoulders relaxed and keeping that back nice and flat as you hinge. Good. Nice deep breaths. Breathing in as we lower, breathing out as we stand up. Good. 10 seconds rest. Let's do this one more time. Here we go. When you're ready, inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, back up to center. Nice and slowly down. Good. Really think about moving those hips back. Inhale as you lower. Exhale up. Here we go. Last one. Good. And that's 45 seconds. Excellent. I need a drink. Our next exercise, we're going back to our upper body. So we're going to do a tricep extension. You're going to hold this one weight in 2 hands. Those 2 hands are going to be up to the ceiling like so. I'm going to bend at the elbows, slowly lower that hand behind my head and straight up to center. So from the side looks like this. Lower those hands, so your hands are behind your head, and lift up, just like that. All right. When we're ready, here we go. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to face this way. So nice and slowly lower down and hands back up to the ceiling. Standing nice and tall. Really concentrating on being nice and slow on the way down. Good. Excellent. That's 10 seconds. So relax your arms. And here we go. 10 more. Inhale, hands behind your back. Nice and slow. Really thinking about taking a nice deep breath in as you lower, and then breathing out as you lift those hands up. Good. Relax those arms. Last 30 seconds coming up. When you're ready here, good deep breath. Breathing out as we lift. Oh, that was my elbow. It didn't hurt. 10 seconds left. Good. And relax. Relax those arms. Pop that weight down. Very good. Hope everybody's feeling good. We have 3 more exercises left. So we're going to start with our feet hip width apart. Here we're going to do some side bends. So arms at your side, and then we're going to lower one hand and then the other. So kind of like we're hinging at the hip, but hinging to the side here. We want to be relaxed through our shoulders. We want to stand nice and tall. So we'll start those 3 sets in about 10 seconds here. Let's get ready. Arms relaxed to your sides. Feet relaxed. Let's go. Leaning one way and hinging the other. Lowering those hands down. Good. Nice deep breaths. Good. Just reaching down as far as you comfortably can. Here we go. Let's rest for 10 seconds. And let's get ready here. Here we go again. Nice and slow. We definitely don't need to rush. If you want to think about breathing, let's exhale as we hinge down and inhale as we come back to center. About 5 seconds left. Good. 10 seconds to rest, and we'll do that one more time. Good. Let's really think about that breathing. So breathing out as we hinge, breathing in as we come back to center. Good. 5 seconds left. Good, and back to center. Excellent. 2 more exercises. Next one is a heel raise, or heel raises. Let's use a weight for this. We're going to hold one weight just in 2 hands, and you can hold it wherever you're comfortable. So holding at the big ends just in front of me feels comfortable. You could hold here at your chest. If you need to hold on to support while we do these heel raises, have it in one hand. And then the next set, switch sides with the weight. Feet are hip width apart, our knees are soft, our shoulders are relaxed. And we're going to push ourselves up onto tiptoes and slowly lower down. Here we go. 30 seconds. Up onto tiptoes, slowly lower. Good. We're keeping that chest nice and tall and our shoulders relaxed. Good. We don't need to rush. We can just take our time here. Very good. Good. 10 seconds. And let's go again for those 30 seconds. Good. Let's think about breathing out. Exhaling as we stand up. Inhaling as we lower those heels down. Good. 10 seconds. Great. And then we're going to go again. Last time through. Up onto tiptoes. Slowly lower those heels. Good. Lowering as slowly as we can. 5 more seconds. Excellent. And then we'll do one more exercise here. And we're going to do a plank, and so we'll use the wall for that. So find yourself a spot at the wall, and let's stand so we're an arm's length away. You can see my hands are kind of directly aligned with my shoulders. I'm going to take a step back and take a big step back. So my feet are further away from the wall than my head. And this is a position that I'll hold. I'm looking at the spot in between my hands. Can you hear the timer starting? So we're beginning. Looking at a spot in between my hands. So not down at the floor and not up at the ceiling either. A nice neutral spine is what we're aiming for. We're taking deep breaths. And let's think about engaging those core muscles. So pulling that belly button in towards your spine and feeling strong and supported through your core. We're at 5 seconds already, so that first set went very quickly. 10 seconds, you can stand up and relax, and then we'll quickly get back into position. So arms forward, let's take that big step back. Or when I say a big step, I like to take a big step back, but if you find this too tricky, you can have your feet closer towards the wall. If you find it very easy, you can walk your feet further away. If you're really confident in your plank and being on the floor, you could also do this on the ground. We are not going to dig into that really in this class, so really best to stay at the wall. Even though it is an easier modification, it is still really beneficial. Okay, feet back up. I talked for the whole 30 seconds, so we've got one more set here. Walk those feet away. So yeah, even though this is not as challenging as being on the floor, that doesn't mean that we can't make it challenging by making sure our core is engaged and that we're really holding nice and still and keeping that neutral spine. So let's take deep breaths for the last 10 or so seconds here. Good, excellent. All right, strength is all done, friends. Let's put that timer away. And that took the greater part of the class. So maybe I need to tweak that a little bit. Let me know what you think. Was this too much strength? Was it too challenging? Is it just challenging enough? Are you enjoying that extra work? We are going to do some balance. So have a drink here and then let's get into it. We always want to be close to some kind of supports, whether it's the wall or the chair, just so you can have that support if we need to. So we're going to stand with our feet hip width apart, and we're going to shift our weight from one side to the other. Feet are on the floor to begin with. We're just lifting our heels as we shift that weight. So we're working on moving that center of gravity. Good, nice deep breaths. Good, we're going to start lifting our feet. So stepping one foot and then the other, slowing down. Nice and slowly. Good, and when you step onto that left foot, let's lift the right and hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the right foot, lift the left and hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's step onto the left foot and raise your arms as well as that right foot. 3, 2, and 1, and then onto the left, sorry, right foot, raise the left. Arms up still. 3, 2, 1. Feet down. Good. Balance might feel tricky today, especially if you took the whole 2 weeks off and you haven't been practicing. And if you haven't, that's okay. There's no judgment. But just know that balance is like that sometimes. Sometimes tricky, sometimes easier. And especially if you take a break, it might take a little while to get back to the level you were at before. It might be that you feel like you haven't been away. But if you feel like it's hard today, don't be discouraged. Let's stand with our feet hip width apart here. We're going to do some work on one leg. I'm going to take my right heel and tap it forward. So tap that heel in front of me. Then stand up nice and tall, look forwards. And I'm going to focus on a spot over in front of me that isn't moving, something on the wall that is not moving. Focus your eyes, and that will really help you to keep your balance. I'm going to lift my right heel off the floor, just a small amount. And I'm going to lift one hand forward. If you're holding on to the wall or the chair, make sure you keep that hand free. And let's hold here, just on that one foot. The one arm extended and the other supporting you as you need. Good, let's reach that other hand forward if you can, just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. And let's switch to the other side, so standing on your right leg, knees soft, let's tap that left heel forward and stand up nice and tall. Take that left heel off the ground, and let's reach one hand forward. Focus your eyes on that spot that's not moving. And let's try that other hand. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And relax those arms. Excellent. Let's move around a little bit here. We're going to tightrope those feet. So we'll go heel to toe, forwards and backwards. Standing up tall and looking up and ahead. We're slowly moving those feet. Taking little steps. And you can walk further forward and backwards, of course. I'm trying to stay within view of the camera. Good. Nice and slowly. Keeping those feet in line, trying not to look at your feet too much. Good, and relax, excellent. Let's do a little bit on one leg again. I'm going to stand on my right leg and I'm going to lift my left and hold where it's comfortable. Right leg that foot should be relaxed and that knee should have a little bend, should be a soft knee. My chest is tall and my shoulders are relaxed, and we're just going to hold this here, not going to do anything with my arms. I'm just going to be nice and relaxed. Good. Try and be relaxed on that foot that's holding you. Good. Let's place that foot on the floor and let's shift sides. So weight on that left foot. Let's raise the right. Nice and soft through that knee. Let's stand up tall. Good. Relax through those shoulders. Excellent. And let's place that foot on the floor. Very good. We'll do one more here. I'm going to stand on my right leg again, and let's lift that left. You're going to lift your left knee and also your right arm. So position yourself so that the left, we're lifting one hand, one knee and the other arm. So you'll want to have your support chair on the correct side. So find that spot. I'm standing on my right, lifting my left knee, raising my right arm. That knee doesn't have to be high up. We just need that foot to be off the floor, and we want to move nice and slowly. So reaching up slowly and then slowly placing that foot back on the floor. Good. Excellent. Couple more. Good, and let's switch to the other side. So now I'm standing on the left, I'm going to raise the right knee and the left arm. So you raise foot and opposite hand. Good, nice and slow. Really trying to relax onto that foot that's holding you. Couple more. Great, and relax. Excellent. It's time to stretch. We made it all the way through. Let's stand up tall. Let's bring one arm across our body and hold here. Stretch through that shoulder. Here, let's switch to the other side. Good, and relax that arm. Let's take that right hand up to the ceiling. Bend at the elbow, bring that hand behind your back. Take that left hand, you're going to hold that elbow and stabilize here. And then I'm going to bend over to the left. Good, nice and slowly back to center. Relax those arms. We'll switch to the other side. Left arm to the ceiling, hand behind your back. Let's hold that shoulder, sorry, hold that elbow, and then we're going to bend over to the right. Good, nice deep breaths. And slowly back to center, relax those arms. Let's have a seat. I'm going to sit forward in my chair, heel to the floor, toe to the ceiling, and let's hinge forward at the hip. Feel that nice big stretch in the back of your leg here. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Let's switch sides, heel to the floor, toe to the ceiling, and let's hinge forwards. Good, sit up. Let's sit right back in our chair, pull one knee in, and let's circle this ankle. And in the other direction. Good, switch to the other side, pull that knee in, and circle your ankle. And back in the other direction. Good, and foot to the floor. Excellent. Let's stand up. Reach those arms behind you. Reach for the back of the room. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Wrap those arms around you. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze and a pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming back to class and starting this new session with me. Hope to see you next time. Have a good day.
Thank you, Hannah. It was excellent.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you so much.
Sorry I was late.
No problem. Better late than never.